What is your profession?
Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Morning chat, morning chat. Man, look at gold here. It seems like a little bit of buying pressure is coming in here in the London Open. Daily time frame has stopped trending. I think we peaked at 0.40%. Let's see on the Open. Yeah, I peaked around 0.47. No real trend. Even if you look at yesterday's PA over here, it's not really trending, but you're getting these certain bursts of volume to the downside. Little accumulation, then break to the downside. I got an accumulation. It's trying to follow through, but having a hard time staying below this zone. This is by 41.78. Yeah, 41.78. That's kind of like a key area there. Again, if we could start breaking below that zone, then I could start looking for more sells. As well, above that zone, then, you know, the closer and closer we're getting to the FOMC event now, we're going to have potentially the bulls coming back in. So it's just something to watch out for. Yeah, so let's see what Goldie cooks up for us here. We already had an accumulation break that happened pre-London. I don't know if anybody was able to catch this. A pretty nice move. Let's see. 1L and 1W. Let's see. I was being greedy on the L. Thought it could have run up. Oh, it'll move up and then you got to sell over here. Yeah, or let's say I also love it when I get in a trade, then you get in the same one just after. It is like having extra indicator. Oh, nice. Yeah, you get the extra push, I guess, also. Because sometimes, you know, like when we get into a trade, we always think like the trade is going to end at where we, let's say, get in here, and you think it's going to end here. But if someone else gets in here, then obviously you got a bit more confluence for further push. But nice, nice, nice. Yeah, today, I mean, like, I was just mainly looking at sells because when I came onto the chart, all I saw was this. Oh, I need to get the chat. I don't even have the chat here plugged up. All I saw was candlesticks coming down. I opened up my C trader and that's all that was happening. Just bearish candles. All right. Now we got the YouTube, the gulag here ready to go. Hey brother, good afternoon. FOMC target. FOMC target. FOMC target is going to be all-time high, sir. 4,400. That's FOMC target. What else? Like, we got a lot of news coming out during FOMC tomorrow. We have, look at this, man. We got the FOMC. We got a, well, I guess that's the main one. FOMC. What else is this? Employment cost index. Got a bunch of Canadian dollar news. AUD. Wait, what do we have today? Today we have JOLTS job openings. Oh, we got ADP. We got ADP today. Holy, we got ADP and we're oh my days. What numbers are these? Previous forecast. There's no forecast for ADP. That's so weird. There's no forecast for ADP. JOLTS job openings. We got JOLTS job openings here as well. Damn, like I feel like the government seriously needs to catch up on some of this paperwork over here. Got FOMC statement though tomorrow. That's the main thing. That's the main thing that we're waiting for. Yeah, hopefully like the start of next year we're gonna get all the folders and everything back in place. Right now it does feel a bit weird. But yeah, anyway, prices down 0.10% right now. Nothing too interesting that's crossing my desk over here, so yeah, not really in a rush. Let's see what's new. The TradingView Broker Awards 2025 have lift off. Strap in for the ride and help your favorite broker win by leaving them a review. All right, let me go leave them a review here. Why close me in less profits, sir? All right, nice. Yeah, GJ is moving up nice. GJ is up like 0.30%. That's kind of what I want to see gold do right now. Yeah, GJ is moving. We're just waiting for gold to move like the same way. Look at this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles, 4-hour candles in a row. Getting that bullish exuberance into pound yen. You know, the thing I like about pound yen, it's like it follows quarterly targets really nice. So when it's having like these higher time frame zones, it works pretty beautifully. And I think this is now the continuation that we're about to see here on the pound yen towards the end of the year. It's been a rough year on the pound, to be honest, but now it's starting to open up a lot more, so that's good. Whereas Goldie here, the daily's about to flip. Might start to see, hopefully get some bullish closes. It's a bit wild that this candle here closed bullish and then the next one popped all the way up here and then reflipped to come back down to close at support. You know, it's like it's still coming down right now until we start to get a bit more structure. You see price out move up like this. Boom, boom. That's going to be nice. Give us some direction, you know, just kind of get us out the woods here because, you know, we're currently in the woods. You can see all these wicks. Choppy terrain. Ask them buy or sell, sir. Buy or sell. How many people on your broker are buying or selling? We don't want to be in the woods. Yeah, we don't want to be in the woods. Woods are not good. Just wait for yen to shift interest rates. Then should mean carry trade will go wild and money is looking elsewhere to get interest. Yep. See here. Stocks dip as nervy markets wait for Fed verdict. Asia stocks fell while the dollar was steady on Tuesday ahead of expected rate cut. Apparently, we're even having 11 out of 12 members of the board there want to go for a 50 basis point cut. You know, man, imagine that. We get like a 50 basis point cut here towards the end of the year. Then maybe we don't need 2 next year because they're going to say like we're going to have 2 next year. So you get 50, maybe we just do 1 next year. Investor sentiment remain cautious in a wobbly start to the week. Key central bank meetings as markets look for clearer picture. Yeah, in other news, I heard like Netflix bought out Warner Bros. For like 70 billion or something like that. Confirm or deny? Let me Google it. I heard a little birdie say this. Netflix buys Warner Bros. Trump says 72 billion Netflix Warner Bros. Deal could be a problem. Why is Trump on here? You know, Trump was the last guy I was gonna expect to see when I Googled this. Why is Trump everywhere, man? Netflix deal to buy Warner Bros. Could be a big problem because of the size of market share. It's gonna be a big problem. They wouldn't be able to get all that money into the market, so they have to give me some of it. It's a lot of money, and they're gonna need help. Yeah, man. Trump had 70 billion, and he was like, hey, hold up. Why am I not part of this? What is this? Netflix to acquire Warner Bros. Following the separation of Discovery Global for a total enterprise value of 82.7 billion. I mean, isn't that crazy, chat? Like, Netflix has 70 billion. Just, oh my days. That's insane. How do you buy out Warner Bros? 70 billion. What's going on with the acquisition of Warner Bros. By Netflix? I've seen the news online. Because his friend wants to buy it. Yeah, Warner Bros. Is also really nice. Well, what kind of movies do they actually make? Let's see. Warner Bros. Movies. Dark Knight Rises, Godzilla, Meg 2. Oh wow, Harry Potter. I think for a movie to be successful, it has to gross. Well, it's like it's gotta do, you know, at least a 1 to 2 risk reward. For a movie to be considered like some kind of a success over there. At least a 1 to 2 risk reward. And I think it costs to make a movie maybe like, what, 100 million? 100 million? They gotta make like 200 plus. It's an average budget. Yeah, so anyway, let's see over here. What else do we got? Gold ascent likely to moderate in 2026. Gold ascent will likely moderate next year following its surge in 2025, which is said to be the best annual performance since 1979. Says strategist. Oh, yeah, that's 1979. Gold is likely to consolidate in the range of 4,000 to 4,500 an ounce in 2026. Damn. But we want to see it break 4,500 this year. This actually like 4,400 at least, and then keep moving up. This year's structural trends are unlikely to reverse and collectively still point to a supportive backdrop for prices, they say. Should correlation between stocks and bonds remain historically elevated, gold's role as a diversifier becomes important, they say. See, gold is also an attractive hedge as global debt and stubborn inflation push on. Yes. See gold steady with eyes on Fed meeting. Gold prices hovered 4,200. The Fed widely expected to deliver a 25 basis point rate cut. Traders will closely be watching updated economic projections. Currently, market pricing implies an 87% probability. Yeah, so nothing we don't already know over here. Yes, sir. So it's all just about waiting, I guess. That's all we gotta do is just wait. Up like Donald Trump. Yeah, his friend wants to buy it like buying TikTok. Do you ever like whatever happened with TikTok? Are they giving him probably just gonna give him some money on the side so they can keep operating there in the US? Whatever happened with that? He wanted to buy TikTok. Yeah, if it got stuck in a buy. Oh, nice. All right. Godspeed, Godspeed. Hey, Mo. Welcome, welcome, Mo. I didn't hold to full TP, but took that TP placement I got out of 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.2. Full TP was a 1 to 1.4. Little sell off here. Nice. Yeah, I want to get some serious selling pressure. It's like the moment I want to get sells, now the market is doing buys. It's so annoying. Been looking for sells the whole time. Now I want to do sells, the market's doing mainly buys. But yeah, we're gonna slowly climb our way back here. Took a sell this morning. I was thinking about just sells. Yesterday I took a buy because I took a buy. That buy was much later on. So I ended up taking like 8 buys in a row. But that buy was like much later on. So that was a whole different market environment there. But like since we're coming in early again, I was looking at the sells. Sells. And took a sell this morning. And now it looks like price wants to buy. It's up like 0.06% down. Man, no real direction, chat. Like I don't think we're gonna get direction up until like maybe tomorrow or something. But let's see. Maybe volume can come in and something can happen. Something can happen. What does all red mean in envelopes? Nothing good, I'm guessing, for today. Yeah, the red folders are just the ones that obviously gonna move the market. So those are the main ones. The red and orange. But orange, you know, you could take like a grain of salt. You know, sometimes you get like Trump, for example, speak and it's an orange folder and then later it turns red. But mostly just focusing on the red folders for whatever pair of currency you trade, like dollar, whatever NZD. You might just wanna just be a little bit cautious about the orange. I have the orange because of talks. Usually when there's like important talks like Trump talking or something like that, it's gonna come like an orange folder. But for the most part, just using the reds anyway. See, President Lagarde speaks. This is for the euro. She's always speaking. I feel like this is something I always see over here. President Lagarde. It's just one of those talks which I think don't really do anything. Always speaking. It's like those workplaces where people just talk a lot. They're like work never gets done because everyone is just always talking. I've never understood the mentality of some of those situations where people like rather talk and discuss. It's better just get the job done. You know, like we never hear from Powell unless Powell is coming to actually do something. Yeah, you're not gonna catch Powell like wasting a lot of time. As people love talking. Hey, good morning. What's on your agenda today? It's like, damn, we gotta get shit done here. Glad he waffles more than I do. You mean like trading live stream? Just waffling. Yeah, just waffling. Just waffling, mate. Agent Orange having things in orange color has something to it. What is the latest with Trump though? What has Trump been up to of late? Besides trying to get a piece of this cake over here of Warner Bros. Trump answers everything. Trump's answer for everything, blame Biden. Trump's ceasefire plan for Israel-Hamas war faces... Oops. Pitfalls as it moves into a new phase. Yeah, we're not getting much of that news on TradingView either. Trump to allow Nvidia to sell H200 AI chips to China. You know, this guy has got his freaking fingers in every pot. That is allowing Nvidia to sell H200 AI chips to China. It's like this guy is making a lot of money. I want to get some of his money too. Trump said he has informed President Xi Jinping of China that Nvidia would be shipping H200 products to avoid customers in China and other countries under conditions that allow for continued strong national security. Samsung's profit projected to reach 66 billion next year. Do we have a billionaire trader? Maybe Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, billionaire trader. But it's definitely not like a retail trader. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yup. Accumulating just below daily open to go up or to come back down. What's your thoughts? Oh, like right here by the daily open? It's like a 50-50. That's the thing, because like these buyers are coming in. Like it feels different today. It feels like now the buyers are in the market somehow. But I think I would like it to drop, because if it drops, then you know it's much faster for us to fall than it will be for us to buy up. So I hope it's just one of those situations where like we come up and then just pricing in a bigger fall. In my opinion, I think all this is just pricing in. This is all just pricing in for price to move up during the FOMC tomorrow. Boom. Yeah, man, if we get a daily candle look like this, it's gonna be like Christmas. If we get at least a daily candle to close bullish tomorrow, give us some hint of what's to come next. Just think about it like this, right? Since you've already traded this whole year, remember what happened here. That was the last time Powell spoke. That was the first rate cuts that he gave. This was Friday, 22nd August. This is the first time Powell spoke, and then see what followed through. So just think about this to happen from tomorrow. Like at least get a solid candle closure. Even next it could still close bearish. You even see in this situation it closed bearish, but like the tone was set. The stage was now set for this bull run. So we're gonna wait and see what happens, what the rate decisions are gonna be, and yeah, we're gonna expect something similar like that to happen right here. And that's gonna be the start. That's gonna be the start to Christmas holidays, you know. Then price can hopefully just keep moving up. 4,400, then 4,500. I don't know why they say like gold might range between 4,000 and 4,500 in 2026. I think we get these 50, especially 50 basis point cut. We should be just moving up like silver is, you know. Silver is skyrocketing here. Look at GJ. GJ is performing so well. GJ is like skyrocketing as well. Silver obviously really bullish there on the daily, coming up towards like 60,000 psychological mark right over here. So I feel like everything is like pushing, you know. The only thing is freaking Goldspot now. Goldspot now is chilling. Do you stop trading for a period of time over the holidays? No. I trade even through the holidays. Like, even look at my results over here. See, that was December. Traded all of this. It's all December over here. It's all December trades. 2024, maybe took a little less trades last year. But just about like 18 trades. But also because I didn't want to ruin my win streak. I was in such a nice win streak over here. Like, you know, basically like 9 win streak. So I was like, all right, let me just end it here. Let me end it here. December, you know, December, we still got a lot of work to do here. So I'm just getting out of my little speed bump right now that I was in before. So now I'm digging myself out slowly. But yeah, December, we've done about how many trades? About 13 trades. Still got a long way to go here. I'm kind of like behind on my goal, which I'm like up 6%, but I'm kind of behind. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Just trade, you know, just focus on the trade. Just if you got a setup and, you know, the markets are moving, then why not? All right, why not? What does BE mean? That's break even. But if Powell is hawkish on the rate cuts of 2026, it might also cause a sell-off. We'll see what he does. I mean, like, we just need a rate cut, but why would he be hawkish? The percentage of probability of him being hawkish is like at 0 right now. You know, if you even got on the Fed watch tool, this thing should be still, yeah, it's a 0% hike. No changes at 10.6%. So you see, it went up a bit more from 87. Now it's about 89.4%. So this is already looking pretty strong. That we should be getting something. We should be. But you know how news is. Usually news, you just have to wait for it to happen first, and then you get your answers. But those are the probabilities. Those are our sentiments. So why go against the sentiments? You know, well, what are you trying to prove? Trying to be like the guy from The Big Short? Just swimming against the grain or going against the grain. Hopefully you're going to be right. But, you know, like, you got nothing to prove, especially without any due diligence. You know, a lot of us have this habit of just saying things from a point of no information, right? We just kind of want to be going against the grain. So when it happens, that we can feel like a geniuses, correct? Like that's kind of what we like to do. That's also like in our trades. Sometimes you're going to see like prices moving up like heavily, but you kind of want to go against the grain. So it feels good, whatever it is that you're trying to catch. You know, if you think price is overbought and then you're trying to sell a market that you think is overbought. But, you know, we've seen price keep moving even in overbought conditions. So just like that, you know, like keep tabs of sentiments. Even on Forex Factory, just like follow the sentiments, you know. Unless you got like some due diligence, then that's a different story. But for me, if they're saying 89% rate cut, I'm not gonna argue with that. Let's see what happens. Yesterday I had a brace. I'm looking to take it easy today. You had a brace? But you had a... Let's see, volume is slow right now. We're approaching the 90 level. Yeah, where are we at right now? Oh, that's a daily open here by 41.90. Yeah, very slow. A brace is 2 goals in football, 2 W trades yesterday. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Loki wanted to short this. What's happening now? I'm not entirely convinced. We also got, man, look at the size of this liquidity grab that happened. This was during the NYSE. Just shortly after NYSE open. Huge liquidity spike. Wow, what is this? Shout like almost 100 pips. I sold off, fizzled out. Got some more sells today. But price is like, it's creating a support because, you know, there's a resistance over here. You got one resistance here and you got another resistance here. Yep, and that range is about, you know, like 50 pips. So price is looking to see if it can break above this high so it can move up. Right now it's accumulating. You know, it's within these 2 zones. Alright, you got resistance, you got support. Accumulating orders. We might see that daily flip. And it's right next to the daily flip too. That's a nice little psychological magnet right there. See if price can start breaking above this region. If it can break that region, then there's gonna be some room here for it to move up. No week in the 1 hour. Let's see, 1 hour. 1 hour testing that 8 SMA. Could even just be waiting for the new hourly open, to be honest. Just so it can melt. Because right now we are still creating new lower lows. Look at the hourly PA over here. It's still moving down. Go to 185 very weak level. Oh, that was news. Oh, okay. What did we have yesterday again? Was a man. What news was that? It didn't have no news yesterday. Unless that was an unscheduled event. Maybe somebody said something. Goldie trying to break above. Came so close. Did it actually break the wick? Yeah, it did. Broke the wick over here. Took out these lows. Clinical. Real clinical move that was. Taking out these lows to start pulling back up. Very clinical. Yes. Let's see. 1 minute. I think it just needs to start distributing. Yeah, TradingView those news, but not in Forex Factory. Yeah, sometimes you get those unscheduled events, I guess. Somebody says something and market moves. But most of the news that you get on TradingView, these are not... They're not necessarily up to date like that. You know, most of those other events, you're gonna find them on like something like a Twitter page or Twitter, or what is this other thing called? financial juice or like a financial juice, that's where those notifications are gonna come out. Like on TradingView, these are mostly longer term, kind of like broad strokes most of the time. Hey, Kraken, good morning. Unleash the Kraken. Oh, yeah, Jason just entered long. Let's go. 1 hour is missing bottom wick. Oh, yeah, that's true. No bottom wick there. Tetra, why is December price action like this? It's just because we're waiting for FOMC tomorrow. That's about it. That's all that I can explain to you why December is price action. If you're talking about gold specifically, on GJ and other pairs, I think they've been moving okay. But gold specifically, we're just waiting. You know, we're waiting for tomorrow's results for the interest rates. That's about it. That's the reason why we're like this. Is because, you know, think about it, like towards the end of the year, like people have been on these gold long positions. We have like profit taking that already happened. And people, you know, they're not completely selling gold off. Like gold will always go up. So it's just a point where you kind of have something like risk off. That's all that it is. It's just risk off until after Wednesday, and we get a good idea of where we're heading to next, our next projection. Like, trust me, like when we get our answer tomorrow, and if it's a rate cut, hopefully they make a decision. If they don't make a decision, then, you know, price might just continue to range. It could just range, or maybe it could sell off if they don't make a decision on the rate cut. So hopefully they make a decision. So right now it's just, you know, grab a little pieces of the cake here and there, you know, and then just wait for those really good running opportunities. I want to catch a big runner, at least for December. We're going to see, maybe we can get like a bullish market environment. Just know if we start getting signals and prices moving up like this, I can't send you like TP1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the thing is, like, just know if we're moving up, we're moving up. Once we get that rate decision, if there's going to be running opportunities, there's going to be running opportunities. Because price is going to be trending at that point. So, you know, it's going to move much longer than you think it would potentially move. So that's what I'm waiting for. Just waiting for that bullish exuberance, you know. We haven't had that in a minute yet. Man, just some of these days where you're going to see price like moving market structure, higher highs, and you just know. You just know. You might not even have any structure on the left-hand side because price is just moving. But it's just gonna move. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for life. Teach a man to trade, he'll buy you a steak. I wish for a big sell-off. It's flirting with, you know, it's a very important area here because the daily flip is right here by 41.90. And you got clean range. Usually what happens is if you got like a higher time frame flip, it should give an extra push, right? So if the candle's pulling out like this and then it flips, that flip should actually give like an extra pop. So as we're coming up to it, that daily is about to flip, it's creating that bottom wick. So as it flips, it actually should give like a pop on the lower time frame to move up. So you always gotta think, like, even if you're trading on the 5-minute, think about that, the size of that daily, just, you know, in the back of your head. Because obviously like a daily that's gonna be like this much volume has so much room to spread its legs. You know, like think about it. This is how the daily would look. So on the flip, you would have a lot more room to keep moving somewhere. About to flip. Here comes the flip. 0%. Have we flipped yet? 0% still. Yeah, I think we just got the flip. Daily just flip. 5 minutes about to close in the next like 50 seconds. There's a daily flip. Oh, we're going a little back and forth here. Look at that. Daily is a doji. See, that means indecision. What do we know about doji candlesticks when we first learn about trading? It's an indecision candle. I got the 5-minute close above it. There's a breaking out of this zone. Now it's trying to distribute from this area here. It's got accumulated orders there for a minute. Accumulated. Now it's trying to distribute to fill that range. FOMC days are trap days. What's this? Lots of traders lose money. Tons of fake outs. Oh man, I think like I don't know what people do on FOMC days, but FOMC days are like, you know, it happens towards the end of the day. So it's, for me, I just consider like a normal trading day, right? Because I think it's happened what, 5 hours after the New York opens. About like 6 hours after the New York session opens. That's already pretty much the end of the day. So, I mean, it can give good opportunities, because sometimes if we might even see price already start moving up tomorrow. You know, you might already see price moving up tomorrow, and you know that since it's FOMC rate cuts, people are probably getting in early. You understand? Like, they're getting in early, anticipating news come out later. Because that's the best way to trade, not when the news comes out, but when you're already stuck into the market, right? So then you can just only maximize your gains and survive any sort of pullbacks and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's what happened. You know, even if you look at NFP, sometimes on NFP days, you gotta pay attention to the chart. You're gonna see like price has already moved, right? Because people are getting stuck in earlier, because sometimes it's safer to get in earlier than to get in when the NFP is coming out. So they can survive these pullbacks and then try and maximize profits. So we'll see. Tomorrow might give us some clean PA actually. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not a case that every time that you have news that market gonna do this too. Like, people also think like market's always gonna be consolidating like this. It's not also the case. It's always gonna be very choppy. So you just have to show up onto the chart and then look and see what the condition is on that specific day. You know, just start removing a lot of these barriers that you're gonna set for yourself, like these preconceived notions of what markets should do on any given day. Like, especially like bank holidays. Man, yesterday moved like a bank holiday and we had nothing. You know, the trick in trading is just to show up. You know, you just show up and see. Maybe you're gonna see something interesting, like something's just gonna fall on your lap, type of thing. You know, that's a trick with trading. Just remove like preconceptions of what you think is overbought, oversold. What you think, you know, that the market should behave a certain way now. If it's not doing it, it's not doing it. You know, trade what you see, not what you feel. But yeah, I get it. It's, you know, the thing about markets is there's no like yes, there's no yes, and there's no like something that happens all the time 100%. That's what I mean. So I would say take a lot of what you see with a grain of salt. And the main thing that is we're looking for, despite all that noise of, oh, red folder this, red folder that, what did Powell say, what's NFP, what's jobs data, like what does this all mean? The main thing at the end of the day, it's just volume. That's all that we're looking for. You know, there's a big difference between being an analyst and a trader. A trader is supposed to execute. An analyst is supposed to tell you all of these things and explain to you certain things. That's why when you come to this channel, don't expect me to go in depth about like things about the market, because, you know, knowing everything doesn't make you money. When has knowing everything really ever made you money? Like, most people are going to make money through execution. That's why you're going to have a business teacher tell you about business, and he's going to teach you a whole syllabus about business. But when it comes to the real world and executing, they don't execute. They don't have that application. All right, so there's a big difference. Big difference. For me, I'm a trader, right? I'm a trader, so everything is consolidated into volume. Volume and execution. So if markets move, perfect. If they don't move, whatever. That's it. Right? It's good to know. It's good to know these things and why price might be doing a certain thing. But I wouldn't get too fixated on it because it's just going to confuse you more because market's paradoxical. Depending on where you're getting your data from, there's going to be somebody else with a convincing data, which might say something different too. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate all that noise by focusing on volume. All right, as you can see right now, is there volume? If yes is the answer, then awesome, you can catch a trade. Most likely you're going to catch a trade. If no, then you got to sit on your hands. I think we will close Doji in the daily today. Let's see, sir. Do. 15-minute close. 15-minute close above. What's going on here? Kind of looks like it wants to fake out by daily open. Hover near 4,200. Where's this market open today? We opened at... Where did we peak at? 4,200. That's a peak for today. 4,200. Looking like 30-minute / hourly is going to close in a range. It's about like 100 and what? 12 pips away from where we currently are. 4,200 psychological. But before we hit that, we still have that resistance by 41.94. Yeah, I would also be on like team sells, to be honest. I would like to see this thing sell, pull back one more time. One last time, you know, one strong sell off. Habari yako Tetra, naona umerudi nyumbani. Tuko site. We cleared 41.90. 41.85 is next. I know about racing, but I still don't have a supercar. We gotta grind, Woods. Gotta grind until we're talking about a Lamborghini tires. Gotta get some Lamborghini tires. How much does it cost one tire? Probably like what, $3,000? Replace the tire if we burn it out. Expensive. It's expensive hobby. Supercars, racing cars, because you're gonna want to push it, right? You're gonna want to push it, but like to replace the rubber, how much would it be? Like $1,000, maybe like $2,000 per tire. Let's see. Yep, it's about around $2,000 here, with full sets costing anywhere from 1,000 to 8,000 pounds or more. Expect roughly 1,500 to 2,500. Well, what's the insurance like on a car like this? I don't know how much you pay for insurance. Expect roughly okay for a set of new performance tires, individual tires possibly costing several $100s. Yeah, most people you see on social media, they're just like, you know, they're just gonna lease these cars. I don't think these gurus, they don't actually At least I don't believe they actually buy as many cars as they say they do. It's just like lease them. Yeah, so just gotta sit on my hands here. Gotta sit on my hands and wait. Daily's flipping 0.02%. I definitely need more of a push than this. It's not looking too appetizing. Yeah, I think like honestly, right now, I would not even be looking at the chart right now. It's nothing too appetizing. Maybe set like some alerts. Probably like set an alert somewhere. See on the daily. From here to here, how much do we need to push? Oh man, this thing would kind of need to push quite a bit. Quite a bit to see something interesting towards the upside. This is a 168 pip move. You know, one 5-minute candle could do like 50 pips. Get like a nice push. Get like 50 pips in there. It's slowly trying to correct this range over here. Looks like it just came down to retest the accumulation point to come and test back 41.94. It's funny, like today is so weird. Like yesterday and the days before we're getting selling pressure. Now today we're getting buying pressure. That's wild. Like the moment I switch my bias, actually looking for more sells after taking freaking 8 trades in a row. The moment I start to actually go on team sell, now you're seeing more buying pressure. Yeah, like it still amazes me to this day how freaking accurate the market is with like psychology. And I'm sure you guys experience this quite a lot too. It just somehow knows, you know, especially like some of y'all, like you maybe have these risky trades that you want to be taking and then you miss out on them so much. And the day you decide to take it is the day that it doesn't play out, correct? So you always got to move slow in the market. You got to move real slow and just be very adaptive to whatever it's doing. So if we're saying more like buying pressure now, we still have to go back to buying pressure. Not that we're just now saying, okay, now I'm just focusing on the sells. Because for whatever reason, maybe the buys have not been working. So now you just focus on the sells. Because the moment you're fully locking on the sells, that's when the buys are going to be happening. So you're just going to increase those, that bad performance, if that's the case. So you just got to be able to be flexible. Like right now, we're hovering at 0.02%. So we'll see. Maybe today is buys. Maybe today we're going to see on the daily candle, create us some kind of a support and then continue to move up bullish. Could you please explain to me what insider trading is and whether taking trades from a YouTube live session is considered the same thing? No, it's not. Insider trading is just like if you know, insider trading is what it is. Like it's just, you know, in the name, insider trading. You're basically getting involved in the market based off of like data you know that's about to come out, but you're already getting it. Let's say if Trump, right? Trump's tariffs. Trump knows that he's going to put tariffs on China maybe tomorrow. Something crazy, like he's going to say 100% again, right? So he's going to tell his buddies and everybody, hey, listen, get in these positions, right? Get in these positions because tomorrow I'm going to make this announcement and price is going to move up, right? So you're going to see like price people are already going to be keyed in positions and really big positions. You know, it's like, it's not a small position. You're going to risk a lot because you got insider information, right? And then when the news comes out, you're going to make a lot of money. That's insider trading. That's illegal. And that's what the IRS are going to find you because they can track that on the charts. They can see where the orders are coming in and, you know, then they just have to come and do some investigations on you and look at your positions, and that's how you get caught. They're going to say, oh, well, why'd you get in here? You know, this is all looking a bit suspicious now. They're going to open a case. And once they got a case on you, man, you're pretty much screwed at that point, because it's very difficult to do business in an environment where you're always being watched, right? That's insider trading. But YouTube is not insider trading. You're just basically going to copy whatever it is that you're watching over here. So there's no insider trading because we don't have any insider information. And information is expensive. It's very expensive. So you're not going to get that. But you know what it is? Like, prop firms, they love to say things like you've been copying other people's trades. So if you have like a profitable trade sometimes here, and then they're gonna say that, oh, we've done some reports and it looks like you're copying signals or something like that. Sometimes they do that, but it's just bollocks, because imagine if the market consolidates like this for like the whole time, and then it has one move. And that one move is the move that they're going to say that you copied somebody. So they actually would want you to trade in a range like this. So you're going to lose money here. Because 90+% of the time, ranges are just, you know, areas where markets are just setting up and it's just a place to lose money. So the moment you catch a breakout, they're going to say you copied, because that's where most people are going to be actually making money on the breakout. So sometimes that's a nasty little trick that they do. That's why I'm really for trading my own personal account, my own funds. You know, just an old school, old fashioned way. Nowadays, the new trend is to get funded $1 million, have so many funded accounts. And it's not a bad business model. Get a bunch of funded accounts and, you know, try and like get some payouts from them. Like, looking at it without my prop firm hate, it's not a bad business model. All right? As long as you can get like the payouts that pay you out. Works. It works beautifully. Like, you can actually build your own personal account like that really nicely. Really, really nice. But for me, it's always been about independence. You know, I like the idea of controlling all my money. So even I would take even rather a $5,000 account than somebody give me a 50K funded, you know, 100K funded. I would just rather take the 5K and then just scale that up. You know, that's all my money over there. So I think it feels really good. There's no rush. What's the rush? You got the skill. Denzel Washington wasn't famous until you only knew him like when he was kind of a bit older, or maybe someone like the guy from Family Feud. What's his name? Forgot his name. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey wasn't famous until he was much older on, like Morgan Freeman, like all these guys. You know, it's like all about the skill. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you get the skill, as long as you have the skill. You know, there's no rush. Because in trading, man, growth is exponential. It's like very fast. Just like you see how this candle is moving up like so fast like this. That's how growth is exponential as well in trading. So don't let nobody rush your process, you know. Especially nowadays. Because nowadays it's a lot more intense. Social media and trading wise. It's a lot more intense. Ricky Gervais too. Yes. Oh, you see now, like we just needed one of those 5-minute candles. Oh, look at this thing just running here. I told you 50 pips. 5-minute candle could just do like 50 pips.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Oh, multi-time frame. Ron Goldie, 0.1617%. Very nice. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The buyers might be coming in. Like it's sort of like blood in the water. The rate cuts are like the blood in the water, you know? We just need the sharks to get a little sniff here and there, and then the buddies are gonna come around too. Sharks are in this massive ocean. and the pool of blood, which is a rate cuts, you know, just somewhere around here. And the sharks are just swimming around here. Just need to get like a little bit of a whiff, right? You get the sharks get a little interested because you're gonna get one shark swim towards it, and then what's gonna happen is these other sharkies, they're gonna be forced to swim towards it too, because nobody wants to miss out. And then they'll all start swimming towards it and it becomes a frenzy. That's what I'm waiting for in Goldie. So we might be already getting it like right now. It's gonna be it's a very nuanced thing. It's very difficult to explain unless you feel it. You know, it's more of a feeling based thing based off how you like see how price action behaves naturally throughout the days. So you can't really teach that, you know. So yeah, let's see. 0.20. Oh, look at this. We got that candle finally closed. That was 72 pips. Remember I said 50 pips? We got 72 pips here. Look at that. Now it's pushing up. I see getting the shark frenzy in at 0.30%. All right. Guys are getting angsty. They want to get keyed in before these rate decisions. You know, it's much safer for them to be getting in earlier than it is for them to be getting in later, of course. And of course, they move a lot more money, so they don't have the luxury of waiting like we do. We can chill. Just sit on our hands right now and just chill till even to after the fact, you know. But they can't do that because they move the market. So you gotta play your strengths. You gotta see where your strengths are, and you gotta play your strengths. Now we just need to sustain this movement. That's all that we gotta do now. We gotta sustain that movement. Keep sustaining this movement, and you know, hopefully today we're gonna see a bullish candle closure. Set the tone for tomorrow's bull run. Towards the end of the day there. Yeah, then Thursday, Friday should be perfect close off the week, and from that point on, the next 2 weeks that we have of the month here should just be like smooth sailing. I'm looking forward to that. Goldie, why are you running? Yes, why are you running? Everyone buy. Yeah, maybe if all buy. 337 peeps in here. I'll put at least one lot. One lot each. It's 337 lots. At least one lot each. Hey, okay, so stop spamming the chat. Stop spamming the chat, Alan. If you took a buy, awesome, good for you. But that's what I want to see. I want to see markets move like this. Exactly like this. Because now it shows me there's somebody in the market. Like, it shows me that we're getting some kind of direction. These are the best times you're going to get more probability trades. How come you didn't entertain a buy after the break on retest area? Just been waiting for volume to come in. You see, like, look how crazy this is. We're already up 0.34%. Told you guys, like, see how quick that switched up? How fast was that switch up? From a daily doji, from where we said it was breaking to fill the range. You see, now the range has been filled from this area over here. So you saw that it was accumulating. As we mentioned, it retested accumulation before it filled the range. And now with distribution here, the daily flip prices continue to move up. So, you know, wait for a little bit of structure to form up here and then see if we can get like a continuation. Maybe, oh, that's a new hourly too. Damn, Daniel. Hourly's had a move in it already. What a distribution. Break and retest to push up. Yeah, I didn't enter it because I'm just, you know, I'm just watching price right now, Faye. But we can see the we can see the moves. We can just see the plays and where price is potentially heading to next. Now it's quite interesting because our hourly's already had such a strong move up. Say about 152 pips. It's most likely, let's see, how much more can it do? Based off this, it could do like 65 more pips. But, you know, ideally we would love to see price push up, such as that, and then obviously get a new hourly candle open, and then have some fresh volume to continue the move upwards. Because, you know, they do get overextended, the higher time frame candles, when they have moves like this. So it can make it a little more difficult on the lower time frames to keep running. Just some things you're gonna notice. I think like over time, when you start watching how all these time frames operate together, and you know, you're gonna start noticing a few things, like even things like when a new 5-minute candle opens, usually it puts you at risk of pullback. So if you're doing like a little scalp trade and new 5-minute opens, puts you at risk for like pullbacks. You blocked that guy. Hey, Alan, you know, this is, you only got one warning over here, and then the next warning, I'm just gonna have to put you in timeout. Don't say buy, you know, just put like, you know, send in a chart. Send in a chart here on Discord instead. Alaya. Oh, nice. You got some pink charts over here. Got a buy on gold. This hourly. Oh, nice. Yeah, hourly looks good. Hourly looks good to move up. You got like some kind of a resistance over here. That's a range that I think that the hourly is looking to fill this range. Right? So if your trade is based off an hourly time frame, you know, in a situation like this, what are you going to do? Maybe put your stop loss to break even. And like reduce your risk below this zone. But you have to do something, you know, because prices already moved so much into profit. Because your good trades shouldn't be coming back down here, right? Wouldn't make sense for your stop loss to get hit. So you'd rather lose less, or put your stop loss to break even, or even secure something like 80% and then let the rest of it run here at break even towards that resistance. You got a few options here, but you got to do something. You know, if you're going to let your stop loss hit like that, then, you know, it also doesn't make sense because price shouldn't even come down there. So like a 150 range, 150 pip range, breaking about 4,200. That's 0.33%. God, this is what we're gonna expect. Like, this is what I'm talking about, chat. Like during FOMC on Thursday, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is what's gonna be happening. You know, we're gonna be getting those pre-London sessions moving like this, and man, you just know, you know what I mean? You just know. You can just like buy over here, stop loss somewhere decent. And you know, with that macro volume where price is most likely heading, you get away a lot of like these easy trades. That's why this year a lot of people found gold very nice to trade, because they've been getting themselves in these market environments where they just kind of like need to hit the right direction, decent stop loss, and it just goes in their favor and it just goes in their favor, I mean. The confluence of macro fundamentals. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for, man. That's when the money is like really made in the markets, right? When we're moving. Just like when Trump was elected president, prices was moving on gold. So watch out for those opportunities. That's what people are mainly waiting for. And the other trades that we take here and there, they're just obviously because we're day traders, we just like to get involved into the market. You could always catch some kind of a move. But really smart traders, they're gonna find more patience in waiting for direction like that, and maybe even have more risk on the table, you know. So definitely a lot more ways, so many ways to skin this goat. So many ways. You just gotta pick which one that you like. How do you want to trade? You know, I knew about the macro stuff a bit late, so I didn't have that as an option. I needed to learn how to trade what I call the trenches. That's when price is not really moving much, but it's kind of moving. You know, you can get away with a few trades here and there. But I think if I knew about macros, I don't know, like maybe my trading would have looked a lot different. But it also takes a level of maturity and experience to also understand how that flow looks like. You know, that's also another thing. It's easier to learn the technicals and the strategies than it is to learn about that feeling. Yeah, how much we pushing at 0.35? Come on, come on. Love watching analysis charts. Awesome. Thank you, Jane. Can you give your thoughts on my earlier charts? I don't know which one those are. Oh, got a buy over here. Oh, nice. In and out. Filled up the range. Oh, you got in on the break and retest? Break, retest, and continuation. There's like a little shotgun play actually that happened here too. I didn't even notice that. There's a small little shotgun entry right over here. Well, there's this bigger one, and then there's a smaller one here. It's a little bit more managed, especially with that break and retest. You just wait for the break and retest to fully confirm the direction. Nice little SMA confluence in there as well to fill that range. Are you in banking? Yes. I'm in banking. Is someone let's see. I work for a bank, so after stream I'm gonna go to the bank now. Those are the only two places I go. I go home and I go to the bank. Home bank. So, oh nice, man. Look at this volume coming in. Sheesh. If the CIA were onto me and they had me on a map, every day would be the same thing. Home bank. Home. Maybe some days I take a different route because of traffic. Home bank. Nice. Look at this. Trading here. Daily bias is bullish. You see? Sharkies are smelling the blood in the water. So they're all going to get forced to go to it. So I feel like this is now that feeling of, ooh, you know, we don't get in today. We might be missing out on getting priced in properly for FOMC tomorrow. So let's see if they can keep this rally up over here. Now that we've come or approached like these highs by 42.08, I'm going to be waiting for like some kind of a signal here. See if I can continue this move. Away, but November came. Man, I wish it was yesterday. Does anybody know if issues with JLR was fixed? I don't know about that, but I wonder if the flax capacitor got fixed there for the CME group. Oh, that thing was really affecting candles on the market open. That pesky flax capacitor. Jiminy Crickets, that thing. Just drives us traders insane. TetraFX, do you have any long-term investment stocks we can look into? No. No. I focus on solving all my income problems with high-paying skills that can get me more income in a shorter duration of time. Because, you know, I'm still pretty young and a lot of these investments are going to take like, you know, around like 20 years 20 years, 15 plus years, 30 years. So I got to figure out like, how can I solve my income problem? Because a lot of us, we have an income problem, not an investing problem, right? Because investment's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you like 20 years. If you're looking to invest in like stocks, for example, you got to be okay with like waiting that long. Maybe you're going to make some investments for short-term investments, maybe like 5-year goals. If you've got like a 5-year goal, maybe you're looking at some kind of mutual fund that can give you like 10% a year. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like that solving that income problem will come down to your skills, you know, start learning more about entrepreneurship, businesses, start an online product, sell digital courses, learn skills. Like that's what you really have to focus on, is how can you get like income in a short duration of time? Because let me tell you something, like it only takes you about 5 to 10 years to really solve that income problem. Then the rest of it is just like investments, you know. It's not like people think you got to work your whole life till your retirement age, but 5 to 10 years locking in like proper skill sets, that's really all you need. Like most people, look at the people you look up to in a sense. You know, it like probably took them in this day and age, because there's a lot more millionaires in this day and age in the past 5 years than there has been like way before that, like in the 2010s and whatever, because of the amount of information and skills people can actually gain online. There's so many more rich people, and most people you're going to look up to in that time span of maybe the last 5 to 10 years, they've found their success within, you know, within similar duration like that. So you're much better off solving that income problem, right? And just be smart with your money. Everyone sell. We generated enough liquidity from buyers. This is my last for the day. Okay, good luck, Alan. Just send in a chart. Just send in a chart, man. But yeah, if you're gonna invest, man, invest in ETFs. Invest in ETFs. Just a safe and steady ones that's gonna give you gains. Or you're gonna look for those mutual funds which can give you a high percentage return. Or, you know, start like digging into like individual stocks as well. Something like Tesla for the long run, I think could be performing quite well. But stay away from things like Bitcoin, you know, that's just rubbish. Cryptocurrencies are just, you know, they're not good. You don't want to get into that situation with cryptos. Oh, but this is not investment advice. This is just my own opinions over here. Maybe somebody baited me so they can report me. Ah, you see YouTube? So many haters. Y'all don't even know. Like, so many haters. So many people that want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you do better than them. I call these people too miserable to like. No, wait, was it too jealous to like and too miserable to unfollow? So they would never support you publicly, but they're too miserable to even unfollow you. It's a damn shame, because, you know, we're in the same industry here. We should be working together. The game of how far you can go and not how fast you can go. Yes. Yeah, you want to go far, you go with people. If you want to go fast, you go alone. And to go fast, you're going to learn skills. You're not going to learn skills holding somebody's hands. You're going to learn skills, you know, by yourself most of the time. So you're going to go fast. You're going to go fast. You're going to get exponential growth. You know, because you're going to work on your own time. Right? Then you're going to reach a certain point where now you want to go far. So now you got to start working with people. But you already got the skills. So that part is the easy part now. Oh my days, look at this thing. It's just completely skyrocketing here. Come on, Goldie. I was kind of hoping it would set me up like right here and then give me that entry to continue moving up, but it's just like bullish exuberance coming in from, I guess, that FOMC anticipation as we're gearing like closer and closer to it. I like to see people do better than me, and I like to learn from them, just like my mentor. Gold is way better than Monday and previous week. Yeah, for me, I like to see even if people do better than me and they're gonna do it based off of the knowledge they accumulate here. I think, you know, that's really good. I feel good when my students do better than me. When you got better trades, etc. That's good. Tetra, what do you think it's going to sell? No, man. Why are you thinking about sell when it's moving up? Like, just use your eyes, man. Like, price is moving up. And it can just keep moving up more. So why would you take a sell? Please give your thoughts. I started a live account with $100. I trade gold and XAU euro. I don't use a stop loss. I use the smallest position size. I'm at 530 now. Only buy dips. I think what you're gonna need, David, is education. You're just gonna need to get a good education. That's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to send in some charts over here, because you know the thing is, if you're never sending a chart and you have a question, how can somebody help you when they don't know? Right? So you have to send in a chart. You gotta send in a chart. You gotta ask questions, because if you don't do that, then how can anybody help you? How? How is it gonna work? The question, not trading related. Now, how's it gonna work? How do you expect to get mentorship when you don't even send a chart in? You know? Is it possible to be asking too much from one cell or from God? What? Is it possible to asking? I don't know. If you get a sell here, you're gonna get lucky, I guess, because you know eventually price has to pull back a bit. You see, filled up the range. So congratulations on this pink chart over here. Very nice. TP, but you see where your take profit is? It's above the range. That's the problem with this trade over here. It's above the range, because you see now the range has been filled on the hourly time frame. But you still want to bypass this and ignore all this structure for a risk to reward. I think that's what you're doing over here. You want the risk to reward, but you're ignoring what's on the chart. You know, I think that's kind of risky. It can keep moving up, but you know, at that point you want to be like, you know, kind of securing something here. This is already the range. So price has told you that it can move from this section all the way up to this section. And that's it. At this point, you don't know what's going to happen. It's like 50-50. The closer it gets to filling the ranges, the less predictable price is going to be there at that point. You know, just the same way on the 5 minute over here. It could happen the same way it blasts through that level. But the closer we get to it, the less predictable price is going to become what it's going to do here. So you see in this situation, it just blew through it. But most of the time, you're going to see it's going to have reactions off of those marks. So I guess like the most ideal situation for me would be actually if price accumulates here for a bit until the next hourly candle. So that would be the most ideal situation. If we accumulate here and start to break on the same hourly, it can get a bit scary because the hourly has already had a really big push. You know, it's already moved like 220 pips. And what's the probability that this candle here keeps pushing more than 220 pips? You know, let's measure. Let's not use our opinions. This is like a pretty big dump over here. You know, that was news related. But like on average, an hourly candle to do more than 220 pips, you know, it doesn't really happen. Even here, you see, even this pushes, very small pushes. Over here, that's like, you know, about like 28 pips. Very, very like tail end stuff that we would be catching at that point. So yeah, so right now, I think the best and safest play would be to wait for that hourly open. For investment, I'm available. Completed an 8-to-1 RR. Thanks for TFX concepts. Amazing. Very well done. Where can we re-enter again if price pull back? That's if it creates you like some kind of a support. Right? You gotta see price create some kind of a support and then break structure to move up again. But you don't want to catch a falling knife. As it's moving down, you don't want to catch a falling knife. You want to wait for support to be formed. But it's so tempting. It's so tempting to get into something. Maybe if it breaks above this high, because we're still within like a smaller range, as opposed to if it breaks above that ultimate high right here, it's going to be more risky. But if it breaks this high, this it can kind of fill up some of that range. It's still in bullish momentum. I've got to wait and see what happens here. I want to structure the first form. I'm not going to get into this like this. Still so much bullish momentum. Just broke that high. Got a new 30 open as well. New 30-minute candle just opened there. We are targeting 41.88. You are targeting 41.88. If price is moving up, then you could say we are targeting something up here until price moves down again. I don't understand, like, how are we targeting 41.88 when we just moved from 41.88 250 pips? Why would we target 41.88 again? I just don't know, you know. It just doesn't. I try and understand sometimes, you know. I'm a very reasonable person, but you know, sometimes I just don't understand why people look at charts like that. Like, if it's moving up, it's moving up. Until it starts to move down, then, you know, then you can start targeting whatever it is you're targeting. And preferably, I would say within ranges, you know, within ranges that make sense. Because in trading, it's better to be under-analyzed than to be over-analyzed, like I typically say, you know. When you over-analyze, your targets never get met. You understand? Like when you have these, you know, like targets, for example, like way beyond structures, like that's most of the time you're going to fall a bit short of your target when you over-analyze. So it's better to usually under-analyze. So imagine like you're going to take a profit taking like somewhere here. You know, it's better under-analyze, because at least you know that you're going to secure something in a good portion of that move than attempt to get the whole cake. Nice beauty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. TetraFX live account. Let's go. Congratulations. Really nice. If you gotta buy. Manipulation. We're gonna wait because our hourly is overextended, so we gotta wait for the hourly. Most likely. We're gonna see some pullbacks because hourly just filled the range. Remember, you're gonna see profit taking too by 41, 42, 13 level over here. I also got that 8 SMA. So let it pull back. I want to see it pull back. I actually want to see it kill some time so it can pull back. It can do whatever it wants to do and then set me up later. Also, don't forget, we got twice 1 hour candle with no bottom wick. Oh, really? I got bottom wicks. We didn't get bottom wick on this previous one. But yeah, the current one has a bottom wick. $42.05 is a good level though if it holds. Yeah, 42.05. Let's see, 5 minute. We have no structure on the left hand side at all. Maybe like 4200 is a psychological mark to like hold above this. You kind of need to hold above 4200, I would say, to remain bullish. Hey, good morning, Ryan. Saw that late. Actually, I saw it earlier, but yeah, good morning. If 15 closed bearish, can we look for sells at next 50-minute candle rebreak of the low? Oh, if it closes bearish? No. You'd at least want some kind of a support to be formed first if you're trading off the 15, and then wait for a candle to close that support, creating you lower low, and then a rebreak of that low. You know, that's going to be a better chance than to just rebreak the low. You know when this works? This works when price is already moving down. So if you're seeing a lot of bearish momentum, and a rebreak of the low can sometimes give you that continuation, but not when price is moving opposite direction. What's your ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking? Mixed race. Half black, half white. Might aim for my December runner targeting the hourly bottom wick. Oh, December runner. Okay. Wick if my model gives me a sell signal. Alrighty then. Yeah, I think in December here, we should all give ourselves a challenge that at least one trade, we're going to try and hold a trade this December. You know, we're going to try and hold a trade, at least one trade, maybe every day, or if you're going to take like 2 trades a day, at least one of those 2 trades. If the opportunity presents itself, then you should at least give yourself a chance to catch a runner. If there's like clean ranges and, you know, like the PA looks good, then you should always give yourself like an opportunity to get some runners. This 1 out of 2 trades. 1 out of 2 trades per day. I used to do that for the Asia session. Like Asia, I'll try to get a runner, and then the other trades I'll scalp. Just to get that, build that habit of feeling, you know, feeling good about holding trades too. Because you're never going to catch a runner if you never actually like set a plan to yourself to how to catch runners, right? You have to fail a few times and see which are the good ones that which actually play out. So it would be like a perfect month for you to like practice that, how to catch running trades. You know, and within reason, obviously. You don't want to always like have something too crazy. Maybe like give yourself maybe a 1 to maximum, a 1 to 5. Or you can slowly start building that up. Maybe start with a 1 to 3. Also depends on the size of your stops. You have pretty nice stop losses. You can get away with a lot more. Got tighter stops. If you use TetraFX concepts, you can get away with like 1 to 3 plus quite easily. Holding gold trades with diamond hands. I think I would need price to come above like these highs by 42.08. Maybe like set something up there. Got about 20 minutes till the new hourly open roughly. This is exactly what we want to see anyway. Got a new hourly because you see this one's exhausted itself. It's already had its moves. It could dish out a few moves, but it's definitely already had a few moves in there. So we're waiting for like the next round. Yeah, man, a mixed race. They say in the future that the world population is gonna be mainly mixed race in the future because of, you know, obviously for obvious reasons. Majority of the race is gonna be mixed. Do. Are diamonds traded in the financial market? No. At least I don't think they are. I never heard of anybody trading diamonds. Blood diamond. What's the biggest diamond ever found? Biggest diamond ever found. Ooh, wow. Would you even know this a diamond if you just saw it on the street? I was just thinking it's a cool looking rock. Damn. Botswana uncovers a huge 2492 carat diamond. Sheesh. Damn, Daniel. It's found, what is it? The biggest gem quality diamond ever found is the Cullinan diamond. Discovered in South Africa in 1905, weighing a massive 3106 carats. Later cut into several huge gems, with two of its larger portions forming a Great Star of Africa Cullinan and Second Star of Africa Cullinan II, which are now part of the British Crown Jewels. Oh. Gifted to King Edward, it was sent to Amsterdam to be cut by Joseph Ascher. I don't know how much that thing costs. Where is the Cullinan diamond now? The Tower of London. King Edward placed the Cullinan in the Sovereign Royal's scepter as part of the crown jewels and is now on display in the Tower of London. The Tower of London? Do. How the hell did it make its way all the way here? Democracy. South Africa needs democracy. Let's go pay them a visit. If you find time, try playing this game level devil without watching tutorial or crashing out. World's largest diamond? Sounds like you need some democracy. Let's see. Level devil. Oh, this looks like Dave. You ever played that game, Dave? Why does this look like Dave? This is like it's the same thing. This is how Dave looks. Play Dave without crashing out. See how difficult this game is. This guy like floats around sometimes. It's kind of hard to control the way he floats. Yeah, you got those missions too. So you got the fire down over here. Man, like you try getting this drill right here. See how that grinds your gears. You try getting that red diamond here. Sometimes you gotta make these plays. Even getting this thing was quite difficult. Remember, you just gotta fall because you can't always jump. If you jump, you're gonna float. So you gotta kind of somehow have to glide here, and if you gotta time everything very strategically. If you like those types of games, Kraken. Oh, Dave is a bit easy. Yeah, Dave was like the last game I played like that. I don't know if I ever finished it. There's ever like an end to it. All right, so I don't know, like we got how many minutes? 15 minutes left for the new hourly open. See, we still have to hold above like 4,200. Well, 4,200 is a key mark, so yeah, let's wait and see what happens here as we start inch upwards again. Bullish exuberance is not yet out, correct? Like the market just can't move in one direction forever, so it's gonna have to take like a small break. It's gonna have some kind of a retracement and then continue moving up. .34%. Come on, gold. I challenge you to try playing a game of chess. We ever played games of chess on stream before? I'm not good at chess. Yeah, chess is definitely something I've always kind of wanted to learn how to play, but I've never really had the time. Chess and poker. See, 0.36. Come on, Goldie. But no rush, we're still waiting for the setup here. It's most likely gonna come within this range, somewhere within this box. This range is about a 73 pips. Today we are looking for sells in gold. No. No, sir. The day that you're looking for sells is the day that price is moving up. You're 1 year into chess. How's it going? Yeah, chess is back in the days, chess used to be for the people who used to loiter around a lot. There's all for the kind of like jobless people who play a lot of chess, unemployed. That's kind of the history behind it as well. But nowadays, nowadays, obviously, like a lot of things, it can be a lucrative career. You get really good at it. And that's why you go to New York City and you have those guys playing chess in the park over there. Just like the kind of like unemployed people, just playing a few games of chess. Kind of like gambling as well. New York City. Fun but occasionally challenging. Yeah, it's nice to do those things, like chess, table tennis, or we call it ping pong, darts, Like just getting active, you know, chilling with your mates, doing whatever it is that you do. But playing pool, for example, I really like playing pool. People don't like pool, just not good at pool. I think pool is really fun, and you can play a lot of different types of game styles when you play pool. You don't actually have to play pool, but you can always have fun with that. Yeah, man, I think that's just my vibe, you know. Like I think the whole idea of going to a club and buying drinks at a club and just sitting there, and it's just super boring. I feel like nowadays people are more gravitating towards like other things, more activity things. People would just go to a club to chill and buy bottles. Kind of depressing, to be honest. TetraFX, can you walk us through the trade you took earlier? Yeah, that was a sell. That was basically a sell. I haven't posted anything on it yet because I haven't had time. But it was like price was moving down and there was a lot of selling pressure, and I was more aggressive on the sells. So I was just looking for sells pretty much at that point. Just the same way I'm looking for buys right now. See like how price is moving? Actually got to lock in here, chat. I got to lock in here because the setup might be coming at any moment. We got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes for price or the new hourly candlestick to open. See, it's setting up some structure. So I got to see where the move is coming in from. Because sometimes it happens earlier, but I think this is the mark that we need to break though, 4206. See from here, push up. Yeah, 4206 seems to be the mark. Now question is, it's like distributing a little bit sooner here by 4205. Be nice to get a bit more structure. My friends get annoyed when I go clubbing because I try dance battle everyone. I don't know why, you kind of remind me of the guy from Office. Have you ever watched this movie called Office? It's from 1999. It's called, what is it called? Office Space. Yeah, from 1999. It's a pretty nice movie. I think you're gonna enjoy it, Woods. Like, I think it got similar vibes. If I'm getting your vibes right, it's got like similar vibes to I think what you'd enjoy. Then this guy in here in Office Space, who does like breakdancing. This guy over here. Wait, I gotta point arrow in him. Yeah, and it's about like these guys who are working at this office, but they kind of want to leave their office jobs. We got Jennifer Aniston over here. Man, she looks so young. It took me a while, but I kind of figured it was her, but it took me a while to see if it was like really her. I had to Google it. She was so young in that. All right, let's see. Where are we breaking? 0.35. We take it on the break like this. It's not fully formed yet. That's a problem. It looks much better from this angle here, but the daily wouldn't be trending yet. It's at that 0.40% mark. You got a new hourly candlestick about to open too. Yeah, that guy's busting moves in that movie. .35%. Damn, but it looks much nicer to get it from here. Though it might be too soon of an entry though. Looking for potential buy? Yeah, I would be looking for a buy. I know there's a buy that could be even coming in from this point. But when it starts to break, that's a risky thing. I don't know about the buys from these highs. I think it should be fine. The structure would look a little bit better, but this could be it right here. This could be the fake out, and then that's the accumulation phase. They need a break of the highs to continue pushing upwards. They're like 5 minutes. It would be much nicer if we got this next 5-minute candle at least close. Yeah, get the break of the highs. Create like a support. Oh, if you watch Naruto, a lot of people think I'm similar to Rock Lee. How I just target something and go full force. Oh, nice. Yeah, that Rock Lee guy has quite the... what do you even call it? Like, he has a lot of drive. Now the question is, whether we just get stuck in sooner over here by 4205, or just wait for the full section to break. See what the difference would be. Well, how many more pips? Maybe wait an additional like 9 pips. See what the hourly open, because we should be moving up anyway. Yeah, this is a scene from the movies. Bird turns down the volume. Then goes back to rapping. Alright, let's see. 4 more minutes. Yeah, it hides from the black guy, exactly. Listening to rap music, feeling all gangster, and then the guy comes next to the window. Then you just slowly like check if your doors are locked. I'm still a learner, so in here we are waiting for setup to enter and buy. Yes. Yeah, you see, like as long as we're above 4200, then we're definitely more bullish. Now I'm just questioning whether I should just get in earlier. Probably like I could probably get in earlier with the new hourly open. Get the break here. See price break that high, and then we should be good. I don't see a reason as to like why would we have to wait up here. We should be good. So I'm gonna wait for hourly to open and then break above 4205 for bullish continuation. Oh man, come on, Goldie. It's not distributing, or like it's destroying the structure. Basically, it's breaking below support. So you know, it's such. Oh, okay, all right, okay. Wow, look at that! In the last 5 seconds, it pulls up. Very nice, very nice. We got 2 more minutes. Just need 2 more candles. 2 more candles to close. 2 more 1-minute candles to close, and then we should be off to the races here. Come on, Goldie, but we just gotta respect the structure at least. So we don't have to wait for more structure, like for price to fake out below the zone and then continue to push upwards like that. Got 4200 psychological mark. We got a bullish trend. So we got this as confluency, bullish momentum. 4200. We have a little accumulation phase. We're gonna get a new hourly open, and that hourly open, we're gonna get volume coming in. And you know, as price starts to break structure, then we should be expecting a continuation to the upside. Let's see on the 5-minute. Oh yeah, 5-minute, we're gonna be breaking through this. So we're gonna have a little bit of clean range there on the 5-minute too. Like, gotta have like SMA in our favor and confluence by that point as well. We're trading about the 5 SMA. We don't have any SMAs against us now, but I really do hope price doesn't melt off. It created a support, because if it breaks these lows by 4,200, it could have a deeper retracement. So we should respect 4,200. And yeah, that's gonna be the move. Nice new hourly candle here is about to open up. Got like 20 seconds. What time frame are you using when you enter this trade? I'm using all time frames. All time frames as confluence. Got a small liquidity grab here on the 5-minute as well. You can see the 5-minute just took out these lows. So that's a squeeze that I'm looking with a new hourly open to push above this zone. So I think it's a pretty good idea. You know, as price is also moving up here. Okay, candlestick closed bearish. Still could be a liquidity grab. Let's see if we can get through. Just get through that 5-minute SMA, because that 5-minute SMA is creating a dynamic form of resistance. My broker actually created a bottom wick though on the hourly. On FXCM, we haven't really created a bottom wick. It would be nice to have a bottom wick, but my broker has one. So yeah, if we break these highs, I'm going to be looking for price to move up. Bullish exuberance. Let's go, Goldie. How much minutes we got? Like 3, 4, 5. 2 more minutes till a new 5-minute open. We're still at a point A, so we haven't distributed yet. The move is definitely coming out of this zone. All right. So I got stuck in here, expecting price to keep moving bullish. Got a new 5-minute that's about to open up though. If you're not yet in, then safer entry would be at the break of that high. by 42.06. I was initially contemplating waiting to break that high. Maybe I should have waited. But seeing the way price is behaving, should have seen just a follow through here at this point by 42.05. Like it's already in momentum. So I was already expecting it to distribute from 42.05 rather than wait for 42.06. This new 5 minutes about to open. That's why it's waiting. It's waiting for the new 5 minute. Oh, damn. Oh, man. Damn it. I knew I should have freaking waited. Should have waited for 42.06. Jeez, but it was already looking so good. Should have waited for 42.06. That initial break up here. Damn, Goldie. Still think it should move up because the setup is really clean. Gotta wait and see if it re-breaks these highs. Because the break of this high is when the daily bias actually switches. That's when it's going to switch to bullish. Right at the break of that high. Damn, I should have like waited, but like, you know, the market, I was expecting it to be more forgiving in terms of that because we're already in momentum. You know, we already have this bullish exuberance in. Just give it a second shot here. Back to break even for the day. My intraday is looking at 15-minute and 30. I was worried about this trade can take it. Only thing I was looking at was like the 5 minute because the 5 minute already like had a small little push up. So I wanted to see this next 5 minute here just create the bottom wick and then re-break the highs. But it looks like it was a bit of a fake out 5 minute candle because it didn't even have like a top wick. So it just opened and then just went straight down. Should have waited. I knew it. Like every time that when you get a structure like this, it's only about like what 9 pips away from where I wanted to get in. Order block on the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, like, if you think it's a sell, go for it. Take a sell right here. Or just, you know, send in your chart on Discord. Send in your sell position. get like a proper re-break of these highs. I want to see that 5-minute do the grab as well. Small little grab below these lows. Still didn't have a top wick, but I only got 25 seconds for the candlestick to close. 25 seconds. Looks like it will close without a top wick though. Yeah, this is gonna be my last trade over here, guys. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a runner from it though. This is my last attempt. Because I think if we're buying today, then, you know, we still have a lot of upside here by 42.06. See if this candlestick can break. Oh, candle's not breaking. Oh, kind of like switched up the structure. I wanted to see this candle break. So that's showing to me low volume over here. I wanted to see this candle specifically break. Now we just got one close and then another close. So I think it would be better for this thing to rip down first again and then try and attempt to break it on the next 5-minute candle. Because that 5-minute had already had like a small push over here. See, kind of had like a big push. So it's going to be a similar situation as this one, where this one might need to close first. So it's going to pull down first, just like this one did. You see, we took out these lows. Now we're kind of chopping a little bit within this area, but it's gearing up. It's definitely gearing up for a move. Oops. Wait, let me move this here. It's gearing up for a push. I'm expecting a really big push from this, so I'm gonna leave a run up past like 20 pips. See how that 5-minute candle closes. I knew it, man. I just should have waited for this freaking wick here to break. That would have been a much more confirmed entry. I felt a lot better about that entry. What's the Discord link? It's in the description box. This is just chopping around here at point A. Gonna have a big move, man, but it's gonna be like a big move. I mean, up move or a down move, but something is definitely coming out of this zone. Is it gonna be bullish or bearish? Either one of those two probabilities. So we're gonna see if I can catch a trade like that. But I already like what I'm seeing on gold. This is typically what I want to see anyway. I want to see direction. I want to see volume. It's because you're not doing your TPs. What's that? TPs reports. TPS reports. I think it's downing like morning, jump till 41.98. It's meow-ish, bro. Man, so much analysis here in the chat. In the YouTube gulag. So many people giving the analysis here. But you know, it's good. It's good. But you know, just don't create yourself analysis paralysis. Come on, Goldie. You better fly. Better skyrocket. All right, let's fly now. Yeah, this is gonna be my last trade of the day here, chat. I'm gonna try to leave a run on this. Fly, Goldie.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah, I should have waited for that wick to break. Totally. That was a much better wick break. At least you're getting a reaction off the bat, straight off the bat, what we typically like to see. Now we just need to get the follow through. Daily bias is flipped over to bullish as well, right there. Hi, Goldie. All right, I'm putting my stops to break even here. Stop loss to break even. Yeah, I should have waited for that break, Chad. Man. Should have waited for that break. But anyway, at least I'm in a risk-free trade. So, all I got is upside now. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, congratulations anybody who got stuck into this move. Just got a new 5-minute candlestick open up here again. So remember what we said about those 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes are kind of pesky. They're the ones which do the pullbacks. So that's a 5-minute open there. Can I survive a pullback? No. Oh, nope. All right. I guess it is what it is. I guess the market had other plans for me here today. I was like 3 trades. Man, just came right to the entry. Let's see what it does right here. Because I like filled up the range on the left hand side. It's come up towards this point. I do like the way December is opening up though. Definitely tricky month December is, but you know, I'm up like 5%, so I don't know. I think it's opening up quite nicely. I do see the volume starting to come back in again. How did it peak there? Like 18? Like 16.5. But the thing is, man, I know this thing wants to fly though. This thing wants to fly. It's just dealing with a lot of volatility here for XY reasons. And we got a new, this is what, the 5 a.m. Eastern candle. Let's see what we're doing here. A little bit of a wick fill situation. Maybe I'll give it another shot later on. Let me just see how the market's gonna behave, and if I get a setup later, maybe we're gonna take another setup there. But I know it wants to fly. Stop being jittery, Goldie. How are you able to trade the 1 minute? Because it's not easy. Just control your emotions. That's it. Like have a playbook, have a few rules you set for yourself of what you expect when you get into trades, and just wait for that to happen all the time. You know, there's no difference following your rules on the 5 minute, 15 minute, or 30 minute. It's the same thing you'll be doing on the 1 minute time frame, right? It just all comes down to like how good are you at following your rules. If you can follow rules on 5 minute or 10 or 30 or 1 hour, you should be able to do it on the 1 minute too. There's not really much of a difference. It's just like the main issue is people are very emotional when it comes to money, you know, like money is a very emotional thing. So it's like kind of difficult for people to manage that feeling, especially now in the 1 minute when things are moving a bit more fast paced. Yeah, it's very emotional. So that's why I think people struggle a lot. Like for me, it's simple. Like it's stoic. You know, I have one trade. Okay, you know, maybe slightly bended a rule over there. I had my second trade, manage my risk, like zero emotion. I'm just going to move over to my next trade. Like this doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like I just gonna wait. I'm not gonna fight the market, because the last thing you want to do is fight the market as well. So if you're gonna say, oh yeah, I want to gold to go up like so much and it doesn't go up and you still have a bullish bias. That's also dangerous. Like I'm gonna look for sells too. If price ends up coming down, let's say if it comes down heavily, then I can say, okay, maybe I can get a sell somewhere around here and then execute on that sell when it comes. Now, the key thing is just to leave your emotions out the door. You know, if you're still like very emotional when you're taking trades, it means that you're not understanding fully what you're doing. So it's just like sample size, get that data, and then just repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Like, trust me, I've been in this industry now for like, I'm going to my 6th year, and most of the people I started with, I don't know a single person I started with, because I don't know what it is. Like in trading, people get, they say in 90 days, most people are gonna like stop trading, right? So you're gonna have a bunch of people who just come in, they're gonna try it out for like 90 days and then they're gonna stop. So you have to filter yourself out of this group of people, and the only way you can do that is just by remaining stoic and focusing on yourself and your own self-development. As much as we have like so many communities now, you got to like, you know, sometimes really just lock in. You got to lock in. Because like, even like, for example, some of my friends, if they want to learn how to trade and I send them a 20-minute video, there's a high probability, I'll say like an 80% chance that they don't actually watch through that whole video. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna come back to you later, maybe like in a few months, and say, oh, can you teach me this thing again? Like, I'm ready to lock in now, I'm ready to do this. But there's pretty high probability most people don't stick with it till the end. So that's what trading is. Find yourself a system, a proven system, and stick with it till the end. Just keep sticking with it. Don't change anything. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but just, you know, just like if it's a proven system, just stick with it. Stick with it and then manage your emotions along the way. You know, get really good at managing your risk. Get really good at diversifying this as well. Like, so if you take one trade here, take the next trade during a different session, and then the next trade during a different session. So just spread out the risk, but stick to the system and try follow the system as good as you possibly can. Because like over the years, you're going to develop what you call your edge, right? Your edge, and they're just small certain things which can keep you away from bad trades. Like for example, this early entry here, been waiting for that break that was the actual break, but that's what we call the edge sometimes. It's your ability to see those small details and give yourself like, you know, maybe another chance to actually catch a move. Because this would have been such a nice bumper clap move, and I was planning on holding this for maybe around like 40 pips, or at least to fill up this whole range towards like 42.10. But you know, you give yourself the option, you manage your risk, you remain stoic, and you don't have to deal with a drawdown. Like, you know, this unnecessary parts. Then you can take that over to the next trade and you don't have to work as hard. It's also extremely important to figure out what kind of trader you are. What I mean is, where does your personality fit in? Day trading, intraday. I found out that I perform best on the 4-hour daily. Yeah, exactly. You know, you gotta see where you kind of like fit in, I guess. There's like 30-minute. I thought I could trade the 30 and higher time frames, but I found these pushes, like I like the idea of understanding what price is going to do immediately. So it's either I'm going to take my profits, I'm going to hit profits, or I'm going to get out at break even, or I'm going to manage my risk. So you're going to know that a lot faster, for example, on something like the 1 minute. Now it's pretty straightforward time frame, because it lets you know, like, it lets you know pretty fast if you're going to have a winning trade or a losing trade. So that's why I like it. And the key is not to like loiter around for too long. You know what I mean? We have a support at 15. If we break and close at 15 low, can we look for sell? Yeah, I think I'm gonna look for sells maybe on the next hourly candlestick. If something kind of like sets up here and then starts to break lows, then I can maybe look for a target at 4,200. Or if price starts to move down from here and starts to already break 4,200 by the time the new hourly is opening, that's going to be a strong signal that the sellers are coming back in. Because I think the 5-minute just had its move. This was basically the move right here. It was from here to here. So you see how it filled that range? So I can't force it beyond that point. So if the market doesn't want to move beyond this point, we can't force it, because now this becomes more like 50-50. See this? Fill this range. So it becomes like 50-50 whether we keep breaking above it. So you see how the market also reacts off of that? Now you see like profit taking. Love you streaming and the way you set up the trade. Thank you, thank you. Fan, what's up, Faman? Appreciate it. Yeah, no one really takes study seriously. That's true. That's why you swing trading. I didn't like my feelings when started out when trading 1 minute, 5 minute, 15. Well, what I would say is the higher time frames are nice to introduce somebody into trading. And a lot of the time we can kind of introduce on the higher time frames. But with more experience, you're going to start to really dig into the lower time frames. Trust me, with time, you're going to see. Oh, the TPS reports exactly from the office space. I got it. It just took some. I wasn't 100% sure, but I understood. Yeah, the TPS reports. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched that movie. Yeah, the TPS reports. What does he do again? He like changes a decimal point or something, right? Weird thing like that. That's his job. Like to change some decimal points. Yeah, I got my TPS report right over here. It's my TPS report. So we're gonna see how December goes. If it breaks 4200, we might consider sell setup, or if it breaks 4213, consider a buy setup. Well, 4213. I would consider buy setup if it sets something up, something similar like this. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly that. It can take different shapes, but if we get like another setup, I could consider a buy setup, because we're literally at the verge of trending. You know, look at the daily bias. It's gonna flip again. If price moves up a little bit more, that's gonna flip back bullish. So this whole zone is a pretty important area to when we might, if price is gonna move up today, there's a pretty important area to when you might see those like really big pushes coming in. No. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady, chat. Slow and steady. Don't fight the market. Don't fight the market. You know, because at a time like this, if you're gonna if you see like 2 trades, you know, not follow through, then it could be a situation where we're just gonna range. Like price is gonna bounce in between levels for a bit longer. So you got to be patient. It's like, just think of it like catching a wave. Sometimes when you're in the ocean and the wave is coming, it looks like a good wave. You get onto it and it seems like a decent wave, but what happens? You know, sometimes the wave loses it loses that momentum, and then it starts to like slowly come down again. You know, so you're just out here feeling the waters. You're kind of feeling the waters, seeing which wave is gonna be like a good wave. So you gotta be patient. Oh wow, somebody sent me a chart on email. Holy. Got a whole chart work here on email. That's wild. 1 year plus experience. That's nice. That's nice. How did you come to the conclusion of using the 50 and 8 SMA as confluence? It just yeah, Rainsy, patience is key with that one as well. Email feedback. Yeah, it just comes like you're gonna experiment with a lot of things. You know, the more you learn, the more you start to see how things work. And sometimes like you don't even know how you get to the places that you get, right? Because you just put yourself out there like every day, and then like slowly but surely like God opens the way for you. And it's not done like all in one go. And I can't explain to you exactly how I got to like 50 and 8. I could tell you like for sure I learned from my mentors who are using the moving averages, but the way that I use it, like that just came with experience, and you're just slowly building brick by brick every day. You understand? Like even if you ask me how I came up with my whole strategy, it's still to this day kind of like it's hard to say how, because every day you're building brick by brick. It doesn't just come all at once. And then you look at it and you say how did, because before I used to use a 20. I used to use a 20 moving average. Then you just got to see and experiment with a lot of things. It takes time, man. Like trading takes time, especially if you're doing it yourself. You know, which I kind of low-key did because I designed my own strategy. It takes time. It will take you time. You can't escape that. But if you just want to replicate it, then at least the foundation's already been set for you. But yeah, a lot of the way that I trade is based off just my own strat, right? My own strat. And then a few things that I learned from people here and there, like stuff like clean ranges and that sort of thing. But it really depends on you and how you see it, because the people who teach me like clean ranges, they don't teach the way I teach you guys, because they would say, for example, if you go on the 15-minute, you see that on the 15-minute, it's not the same as the 5-minute, right? Look at this. So how do you know which one to use? Are you going to use the 15 or are you going to use the 5? It's not in the same place. Yeah, there's just small little things like that. Small little things here, like 30-minute, I think is also slightly different. On the hourly, we got also really nothing there on the hourly. So just small things like that, right? Refining over the years and seeing like, what can I remove that's cluttering my analysis, that's creating me analysis paralysis. So someone's going to teach you clean ranges like that, and then you got to see like what actually works for you. Because remember, the best pattern you can trade is a pattern that you can visually identify. You know, you have to be able to identify it. That's the best setup that you can trade. Was it Powell who emailed the chart? Yeah, I mean, only in this industry you get paid for being patient. 100%. Yeah, buyers are losing a little steam here as we're coming down towards 4,200. Yeah, like hit that 16 pip mark. See, like that 16 pip mark is usually where we'd like set take profit and stop loss at 16 pips, because 16 pips is also an area we expect some sort of reactions from. I'll just hit 16 pips right to the T. What I saw in your consecutive loss, how you manage your emotions. Just don't let it get to you. Just keep applying. You know, the thing is like, if you've been trading this system and you've been having like similar results, you're gonna know that in trading it's just a game of data over time. That's all that trading is. It's just data over time. So you just have to keep executing. Now, no systems are 100% like profitable. Like, even if you look at some hedge funds, they're gonna lose a lot of money sometimes, correct? And that's the whole idea behind even having a hedge fund. They're always gonna be in sells and buys at the same time. They're hedging. So they're gonna have a portfolio which is in drawdown, and they're gonna have portfolios which are in profits, right? So just because the portfolio is in drawdown doesn't mean the hedge fund's gonna stop doing what they do. It's because they understand data over time. So it's just a similar mentality. You're kind of like running a company of sorts as an individual trader, and you're just going to look at it like you're running a company, you know, and the data just unfolds, because we're not hedging here, we're taking positions. But you can think of it like a hedge fund, like, because they're always in a position, right? So if they're not always in profit, then why would you complain about like a few losses here and there? It doesn't make sense, you know. It just doesn't make sense. Because any company, even if you look at the aviation industry is most of the time breaking even. You know, they're in losses. It's a very hard company to be profitable in. Even if you look at a company like Formula One, for example, it's a very difficult sport to be involved in because it's like super expensive, right? So just think of it from like a different perspective. I think that's all. It's just a mindset. It's a mindset thing. That's how you control your emotions through things. That's why some people are really good entrepreneurs, for example, and business owners, and others are not. It's a mindset shift. It's not that one person is like necessarily good, because we're all human. We're all made of the same stuff, right? Each and every one of us. You know, it's just some people have got different shades of skin color, different hair. We're all made of the same stuff, right? It's just your ability to change your mindset. That's the only thing that differentiates you from others. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going over here, see how December is gonna roll over. But I do like what I'm seeing. I really do like what I'm seeing with volume, especially the way volume kicked in here during London Open. Really nice. So what's happening is we're just stuck in a small range. You have support and you have resistance, right? And price is consolidating over here, and we might see a big corrective move come below like 4,200. You see, once it starts to break that wick, gonna dip our toes below 4,200, and then we got clean range again down towards this next support. It's about like 112 pips. So we gotta wait for price. You're gonna see it accumulate here, and this is all a 0.8 chat. Like, it hasn't distributed yet. So if you think you're missing anything, you're not missing anything yet. It's still at the bus stop. It's only when you see candles move like this, then you're gonna say, okay, you know, maybe you missed something, right? But it's still at the bus stop right now. So this thing could move from here. It could accumulate and then skyrocket up, or it could melt down towards that next support. But don't feel FOMO, because it's literally still at the bus stop. The question you gotta ask yourself is, do you see your entry here? You know, whatever you trade, are you getting an entry signal here? That's gonna be the most important question. Asia, H1 SBR in plus inducement. Very nice. Would you say as a trader having a couple of other trading friends is essential? No, it's not essential. The top is lonely. You're going to be there alone. It's very difficult that you're going to start with somebody and then finish the race with them. You know, you got to find yourself like a gem of a friend who's going to do that with you. Very rare to come around. Most of the time you're going to be in it. Realistically speaking, a lot of the things you're going to achieve in life, you're going to do them yourself. Because you just move faster that way. So it's not essential, but you know, having a trading community like this, I think is really nice. Because look, you can you know, send in some charts and you can get some feedback on your trading, and that helps you a lot. That will help you a lot, in my opinion. Or you just listen. Yeah, I get some people don't want to send charts in, but you can just listen to the stream and understand the psychology of other traders. I feel that you can think of us like this is your buddy, like a buddy system, which just keeps you more disciplined, right? It helps you be patient. It helps you be disciplined. And that's the whole idea behind the stream at the end of the day. Is can we help somebody understand that it's okay to wait? It's okay to wait, take a trade, and then wait again. You know, manage risk and then wait. Because if you don't have that, then obviously you're trading alone. Sometimes, you know, no one can stop you from your bad habits. It's because you don't have a boss. So technically speaking, you can come on the chart and do whatever you want. But here you feel some kind of accountability. You know, you feel like, oh man, let me just be okay with waiting. Call it a trading family. Yes. Yeah, that's all that it is. Because, you know, like when you're not here waiting, then you're on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram and TikTok and you're seeing fast-paced, you know, it's all fast-paced there. Someone's buying a car. Someone's in a 100K trade. You know, it's all fast-paced because all you're seeing is the results, right? But you're not seeing how the cookie is made. So here you're seeing how the cookie is made, right? It's made with a lot of patience. I think all people can be trader because it's a skill anyone can learn. But the mind is the biggest thing that stops people. Yes. Overtrading is the number one thing that kills a lot of people. Overtrading and over-risking. Those are the only two ways you lose. Realistically. Overtrade and over-risk. Yeah, so I'm gonna be done for this session here. I'm gonna go and take a small break and then see what gold's doing. Maybe if gold starts melting off again, then I'm going to look for sells. And sells will be coming to fill this range over here. So that's the analysis chat. That's what you're going to be looking at. If you start to see these wick lows get broken by 4,200, you see price starting to come down. Most likely going to be sell setups. So yeah, I'm going to take a break here, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Adios.